One of the most shocking things about getting into BTS was learning that since they are part of the K-pop sphere, they are given very specific titles, and they are divided in different lines. These are the vocal line, the rap line, the dance line, and the visual line. And in each of these categories, they have titles that go from the most important to the least important, which are main, lead, and sub. And I don't know who created these titles or if they even are official, but they are always a little bit of a mess because I never find people agreeing on what the official titles of each member are. And my response to that is, who cares? I don't think it's fair to meticulously divide the members in groups and rank their importance inside these categories when all of them have a unique style in their singing, rapping, and dancing. And I understand that this has been a thing in K-pop for years, but I personally think that it shouldn't be, because art is flexible. And if J-Hope starts singing, I don't think he should be named a sub-vocalist. He is a vocalist, even if it's in only a few songs. But before I talk about the lines, I want to talk about the two positions I actually don't have any problems with. First is the leader position.
My name is Kim Namjoon, also known as RM, the leader of the group BTS.
RM is the leader of BTS, and I think this is actually a useful position because their definition of leader is different than what people in Western countries consider the leader of a group to be. In Western countries, the leader is usually the main or most popular member of a group. For example, Justin Timberlake was considered the leader of NSYNC because he was the most popular member. The same way, Nicole was considered the leader of the Pussycat Dolls because she literally sang 99% of their songs. However, in the case of BTS, the leader is someone who has the greatest public speaking abilities and is able to resolve conflicts. So, Namjoon helps solving problems within the group and represents BTS when only one of them has to make speeches. He also helps a lot with translations since he is the only member fluent in both Korean and English. What Western countries may consider a leader is a little closer to what Korea considers a center. BTS's center is Jungkook because he's usually at the center of performances since he is the member with the most stability. But that is basically it. He is not considered the main guy of BTS. He's just the one with most time in the middle of formations since he can sing and dance with great stability. But all the members have their own time in the center of formations and they are all considered important members in the group because they all bring something different to their performances. So when we talk about lines in K-pop, we talk about members within a group that have something in common. For me, the lines that are actually fine are the vocal line and the rap line, but only when they are not used as strict labels that the members have to follow. Like I said, there are many opinions, but what I found the most was that the vocal line consists of Jungkook, who is the main vocalist, Jimin, who is the lead vocalist, and Taehyung and Jin, who are just vocalists. What I see the most when people defend the existence of main and lead vocalists is that the main vocalist is usually known for having the most stability while singing and dancing, so it is easier for them to have the most lines. And I actually don't have a problem with this. Jungkook is known for having incredible stability, and RM has said that whenever Jungkook is not in a performance, they are a little lost, since he is usually at the center.
정국이가 빠지면 되게 데미지가 세요. 물론 7명 누가 또 그렇지만 정국이는 어쨌든 메인 보컬을 담당하고 있고 퍼포먼스적으로도 본인이 센터에서 굉장히 중요한 축을 담당하는 파트가 굉장히 많은 친구거든요. 정국이가 빠지면 대체가 안 된단 말이에요.
However, I don't really like when people start ranking them and using their positions as an excuse to say that someone is better than the others, because that's not how this works. That's not how BTS works. One of the things I like the most about BTS is their vocal line, and not only because they are great singers. There are many groups with incredible singers, but what I think separates BTS with the others, and I'm not talking about in K-pop, I'm talking about in general, is how different the voices of the 4 singers are. Each of them represent different styles that different kind of audiences can appreciate. So Jungkook may be considered the most skilled singer by an audience that appreciates stability, but there are others that may prefer Jimin's soft, delicate but powerful vocals, and others may prefer Taehyung's jazzy, soulful voice, and others may prefer Jin's complicated technique and high notes. So there's really no point in boxing them into these titles that are literally ranking them from the best to worst. The rap line titles make even less sense to me. Apparently, RM is the main rapper, Suga is the lead rapper, and J-Hope is just a rapper. And I think there is no use in ranking the rappers of a group who were chosen specifically because of their rapping skills. Having a technique in rapping is important, but the rappers in BTS were not chosen as rappers because they are bad singers, and the only other position was to put them as rappers. They were rappers many years before being in BTS. The only exception is J-Hope, but he was not chosen as a rapper because he couldn't sing. He actually can. He was chosen as a rapper because his connection with hip-hop and breakdance from an early age made it easier for him to connect with the rap line than with the vocal line. So the three rappers are not only good rappers, each of them has a unique style and can deliver different rap elements. So to rank them and say that this person has a better technique or that this person is better because he raps faster feels unfair, especially in rap, where uniqueness is celebrated. Then we have the dance line, which consists of J-Hope, who is the main dancer, Jungkook, who is the lead dancer, and Jimin and Taeyeon, who are dancers. I also saw the opposite. Some people recognize Jungkook as the main dancer and J-Hope as the lead dancer. This line makes even less sense to me than the other two lines because, at least in the vocal and rap lines, the vocalists focus on singing and the rappers focus on rapping 95% of the time. But it's not like only the members in the dance line dance. They all dance. Some people say that there is a difference because the dance line consists of members who have the better technique and who do the most dance breaks. And I get that. For what we see on the behind the scenes, the members of the dance line tend to learn the choreographies faster, but the 7 members do all the dance breaks, especially in recent years. Even members that are technically not part of the dance line, like Suga and Jin, chose to have a choreography in their solo performances. And like I said before, their dance styles complement each other, but they are different. So some people may prefer J-Hope's hip-hop dance, while others may prefer Jimin's contemporary dance, while others may prefer Taeyeon's carefree dance. But at the end of the day, the 7 of them are dancers. Finally, my least favorite line is the visual line, which consists of Jin, who is the official visual, Jungkook, and Taeyeon. The members who are part of the visual line are the ones that supposedly fit Korean beauty standards the most. This category for me is useless and insulting. It's useless because this is a music group, and if we are going to judge them for anything, it's for their music and performance. Looks shouldn't matter. This category is also insulting because it is basically saying that only the members that are part of it deserve to be called beautiful because they fit in Korean beauty standards. Some people who defend the visual title say that this position is important because they bring the most fans to the fandom. But are you sure you want to be a famous music group not because of your music? In their beginnings as a group, BTS were not mainly praised for their visuals, they were praised for their music, and this is why they are the biggest music group in the world. And I think it's better for fandoms to remove visual line and official visual from their vocabulary, because now we live in a time where fandoms are formed worldwide on the internet, and beauty standards are not only different from country to country, they are different from person to person. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and for the world, everyone can be part of the visual line. So it doesn't matter if someone fits Korean beauty standards or American beauty standards. If they are good artists, their music will be the main thing that brings the most fans to the fandom, not their visuals. I don't follow other groups, so I don't know their situations, but I would guess that this can also apply to them. Categories shouldn't prevent an artist's growth. If Jin starts releasing rap songs one day, that just makes him a more versatile artist. That does not make him a sub-rapper. Why was Taeyeon promoted to the dance line once he had a choreography for his solo singularity? Why is Jungkook considered a sub-rapper when he is just a rapper that now raps less? If J-Hope starts having solo performances where he doesn't dance, does that mean we lower his dancing position? I think we shouldn't take these lines and roles too seriously. It's fine when they are used to give a basic introduction to the members of the group, but this shouldn't limit their talents and growth. The 7 of them are extremely versatile artists. Some are flexible with their singing and rapping positions. They are all dancers, and they all write and or produce their songs. So let's not fight about the main, lead, and visual positions. Let's instead celebrate all their sides as artists.
Done. 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 done.